What's up there guys, Gary 23 and back with this week's update, and this week I have a Blu-ray, DVD and music update. As you may see, I'm in a different room to what I usually am in, and this is going to be the backdrop for my future updates, maybe even other videos as well. Got quite a lot of stuff, and they are very much a ragtag bunch of stuff. We've got some music in there, like I said, on two very different formats. We've got a DVD of TV series, we've got just Blu-rays of films and TV series. Got a lot of decent stuff, so yeah, some of the stuff I might not be explaining as much of, but I'll get to all that. So yeah, I'll start off with the music, and like I say, from two very different formats. You may have seen this on my Guardians of the Galaxy unboxing, and it is the Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Volume 1 on cassette. This is, I believe, an HMV exclusive. I believe it's more or less sold out now. It was all sold out in my HMV at least, but it's really cool. Like, I'm never ever going to play it because it might kind of break or something, but yeah, it's a great soundtrack, like we all know, and yeah, it's great to have it on some kind of it's more of a novelty thing than anything else for me at least. So, but it's cool to have. So yeah, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. I honestly haven't bought cassettes since I think I bought that Puddle of Mud single, She Hates Me, on cassette like years and years ago. This is the first cassette I've bought since then. But yeah, it's like a cool little thing to have. So that's that. And the last music thing is the new kind of B-side rarities cover amalgamation album of Soundgarden. It's called Echo of Miles Scattered Tracks Across the Path, and it is like it's 3 CDs. And it is, one CD is kind of B-sides, the other CD is covers of other songs, and the other CD is kind of rarities and kind of rehearsal songs and stuff like that. But it's a really nice set. I mean, it was a bit too expensive for what it is, because I thought it was like an actual a big box set, but it's just basically kind of a I don't know, kind of a, what's the word? Elaborate kind of packaging. We got like a kind of window thing on there. Then inside it's got little kind of see-through picture things that they put on the front. I haven't listened to any of the album yet, but I've heard kind of a few songs. They brought out released the song, what's it called? Storm, as a kind of a new single to promote the album. But a massive fan of Soundgarden, like you may know already. It's cool to have. Yeah, I bought it for whatever money it was. I'm not going to say, thinking it was going to be like more than it actually is. Basically, just like 3 CDs. But it's a really nice set. But it's just nothing I'd pay that much money for if I knew what it was. But yeah, it's cool to have. It's nice to see kind of rare songs from your favourite bands and stuff like that. So it's cool to have. But I probably would have just would have bought the kind of standard edition, but it's nice. It is nice, but it's just nothing that I would desperately want to get. Could have waited really, but yeah, it's cool enough. So that's Soundgarden, and the first DVD is a DVD set, which is the one thing I picked up from the Black Friday deal from anywhere. I didn't get any of the Amazon Lightning deals because nothing I wanted, or the prices I wanted the prices to be a little bit lower. Or they were always all the stuff that I did want was always in the evening when I was at work, so I could never get it. I wanted that Oz box set, but it was always on when I was at work, which really pissed me off, and it wasn't repeated at all. Because you usually have kind of repeated stuff throughout the week. It was never on at the weekend or anything. I was kind of annoyed. So the one Black Friday I picked up was actually from HMV, and it is the 30 Rock Complete Collection, seasons 1 to 7, for only £20. That's right, 20 quid for 7 seasons. I couldn't pass that up. It's funny because I went round kind of all the Black Friday stuff, like Asda, Sainsbury's and stuff. And I went into HMV first thing, and I didn't see anything I liked. At first I kind of thought they'd forgotten to put kind of the new prices out, but I looked, there's nothing I wanted. I thought maybe they'd have kind of like a discount on maybe like the Wire box set, but no, that was still 50 quid, which is probably more expensive than it used to be. But then I kind of went home thinking, oh, this is kind of annoying, I didn't buy anything. And then I looked on the website and I saw that they were selling this for 20 quid, and I could not pass that up. Great deal. Was it 135 episodes? Yeah, 135 episodes on 7 seasons. All the special features that have been included on the other sets as well. The only annoying thing is that it comes in one of these massive Amaray cases, which I do not like whatsoever. The Modern Family series 1 and 2 of that came out like that. I'm not a fan of it at all. Or was it? No, series 1, 2, and 3. It's just really hard to. It's just too flimsy, and the disc thing comes out when it's not supposed to. When it doesn't need to. It's just not very well designed. I just don't like it, but needs must, I suppose. It's obviously going to be cheaper than buying all 7 seasons separately, but yeah, it's a good show. It's not kind of like one of my favourite shows or anything, but it's solid. You know, it's not one of those shows I could watch kind of like 10 episodes at a time, maybe kind of 5 at the most at a time. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's a bit too, I don't know, we're not, kind of a bit too frenetic for me, I guess, but it is a good show. It's not a bad show whatsoever, but it's not one of my favourites, but I do like it, so that's 30 Rock. And then the next couple are the most recent series from Chris Lilly, who I'm a massive fan of. Summer Heights High is one of my favourite TV shows of all time, and I picked up these two mainly because the Soundgarden CD. Basically, I got a voucher for Amazon for £10 off a £50 spend, and I was kind of looking at stuff to kind of bulk up the order a bit to get the discount, and I thought I'd get these. One is better than the other, but one of it isn't that great, but I do like them. And the first one is the one that isn't that great, which is Jonah from Tonga. It's just it worked better. I think Chris Lilly works better when he does kind of a few characters at a time. I think Summer Heights High got it perfect by doing 3 characters. I think 3 characters for him is like the perfect amount. I just think that because usually he makes like 1 series every like couple of years, but this time he made 2 series in 1 year with 2 different characters. It just didn't really work out. He must have been knackered by the end of it. I'll tell you that for nothing. But this wasn't that great. It was too samey. Most of the jokes fell flat. It just wasn't really good, which is kind of annoying because Jonah was actually my favourite character from Summer Heights High. I just think that just the way they went with him wasn't that great, really. It's a cool set though. We've got over 2.5 hours of deleted scenes, bloopers, and behind the scenes stuff. And it's a 2-disc set. It's just not one of those. It's definitely his weakest show. It's not one of those of his shows. I mean, Summer Heights High, I could watch every single episode in order, like all the time. But with this one, I could only watch kind of like 1 or 2 at a time, then kind of like stop, then watch one or two again. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not his best. So that's Jonah from Tonga, and the other one is Jamae, Private School Girl. Yeah, not my favourite character from Summer Heights High, to be honest. Probably my third favourite, actually. I wouldn't say least favourite, because all the characters I really do like. This one was okay again. It's not his best. I honestly don't think he's ever going to get as good as Summer Heights High. That was just a perfect show. We have nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But these two, they're kind of weak. Nothing really new to them. Again, we've got over 2 hours, so not quite as much special features, but still got deleted scenes, bloopers, behind the scenes featurettes. And again, it's a 2-disc set. Definitely enjoyed this more when I watched it on TV than Jonah from Tonga, at least. But yeah, there we have those two. And the last DVD is of a series 3 and 4 of a TV show that I'm massive fan of. I love this show, and I shouldn't really, because it is not exactly my demographic, really. It might have been when I was younger, but not anymore. And it is Grange Hill series 3 and 4. I love this effing show. It is so good. I mean, looking at it, you think that it would be a bit childish. Yeah, it'll be kind of not that good, but it is really good. It deals with kind of like really hard-hitting stuff. The one thing I love about the show is it never takes its audience for granted. It's perfect. It's kind of pitch perfect kind of drama. Just the acting is not that great in some people. Obviously Todd Carty being probably the best actor amongst them. Doesn't focus on kind of like Tucker's gang as much as series 1 and 2 did, and kind of the end of series 5 they just disappear altogether. But yeah, I really like this one. Don't know if I like this more than series 1 and 2, I'm not quite sure. But this is the other one thing that I got for Amazon to kind of bump that offer up a bit. Yeah, really good show. It deals with kind of like, say, hard-hitting issues from kind of like teachers physically abusing pupils and kind of bullying and stuff like that. But it's done in a way that's really kind of educational, I guess. I mean, when I used to watch Grange Hill, it was kind of, I think, early 2000s with, I remember Martin, that autistic kid. It was, autistic kid was the kind of the era I grew up on. But yeah, I wish I grew up in this era, because it's really, really good. It's a like 20 disc set. No, not really. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6 disc set. It's got I think series 3 has 16, series 4 has 18, I believe. Work that out yourself, because I'm shite at maths. But yeah, really, really like the show. It's really unfortunate that they're not going to be bringing out any more series of this out, which is really kind of annoying, because I know there's some guy who is selling bootlegs of the other series, but I don't really want to kind of buy them, because they'll be pretty poor quality at best. But I've kind of continued watching them about cause most of the series are on YouTube. So I'm watching I'm near to the end of series 5 again. I don't think I kind of watch past series 6, to be honest, because the character, I'm not that big a fan of like Gonch and all that stuff, but I liked kind of Poker Patterson, Dwayne Orpington and Stu Pott and all that. But yeah, really, really good show. Really recommend it if you've never seen it before. Like I say, it's not childish like I think it would be, but it's very, very good. So that's Grange Hill series 3 and 4. Now, on to the Blu-rays, and the first Blu-ray I'm going to make this week's Pick of the Week.
Pick of the Week.
And this week's Pick of the Week is a film that doesn't really need any introduction. I think probably everyone has bought it so far, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy, here on a 3D Blu-ray. And yeah, I've already flogged the 3D disc, so it's just the 2D disc in there for now. Yeah, I mean, if I want the 3D disc, I got it in the steelbook anyway, so it's not like I'm missing anything. But yeah, love this film, like I think quite a lot of people did. I've watched it kind of 3 times, once with a commentary and twice just regular. Really, I mean, I'm not going to explain kind of too much, because we all know how good the film is, but yeah, really, really funny, really just great action, great characters, great drama in some of the bits. I Am Groot and all that. I Am Groot and all that one I went about. But yeah, really, really good film, and yeah, that's Pick of the Week. So yeah, the next few are not in any kind of order. I've got some Region A titles in here, and yeah, let's get on with it. So some of these I have watched, I think, or I've watched all of them. Yeah, I think I have seen all of them, but not all of them I've actually watched since I got them. And the first one is a Region A locked version of a film that I had literally never ever heard of. It definitely did not get any kind of release in the UK. I'm not quite sure why, because it has a very, very good cast in it. And it's a film called Peep World, and it stars Michael C. Hall, got a great cast: Michael C. Hall, Judy Greer, Rainn Wilson, Ben Schwartz, what's his name, Ron Rifkin, Sarah Silverman, who I'm not usually a fan of, but she was pretty good in this. Kind of Kate Mara and stuff as well. It's basically about this family who basically every year they come together to celebrate their father's birthday, and but this year it happens to coincide with the release of the book being written by the youngest, played by Ben Schwartz, who is kind of like an expose on their family. It's kind of not really, it's kind of based on their family, but it's not like an actual kind of autobiography or anything, but basically kind of brings home a few home truths, and it kind of all comes to a head. It's all set in one day, over I think about 18 hours I think. But yeah, it's really quite funny. It's not amazing. It's at some points it is kind of a missed opportunity. I mean, you get this great cast, and with some of them you don't do much with them. It's very, very short. It's not even an hour and 20 minutes. Because a film that short is really good. On one hand, it's good because it never outstays its welcome, but on the other hand, it's bad because it just doesn't give every character kind of their own like really big story. Kind of some of the characters kind of glossed over and not really kind of explained that much. Not, well, to be honest, pretty non-existent character development really. You don't really kind of see like the background to the characters that much. It's not a bad film by any stretch of the imagination. It is I actually laughed out loud a lot during this movie. It's from 2010. Yeah, 2010. Yeah, I'll recommend it, but like I say, I'm pretty sure people in the UK, I'm pretty sure have never heard of it, and if they have, it definitely hasn't got a release over here. I know that for a fact. It's Region A locked, unfortunately, so I doubt this will ever get a release, but you never know. There might kind of like be a hidden gem or something. I don't know why they haven't, because like I said, It's not like they're like a cast of unknowns or anything. Some really good comic actors in this. Yeah, so Sarah Silverman I'm not usually a fan of. I mean, how many more jokes can you do about rape? I mean, for Christ's sake. But in her acting roles, I quite liked her. I liked her in that. I did a kind of a full review of this on Letterboxd, which I'll link my account to down below, like I always do. That basically said that it's a kind of a cross between This Is Where I Leave You and August Osage County by way of I Want Something to Eat Cheese With. If anyone's seen that film with Jeff Garlin and Sarah Silverman, but it's kind of that kind of plot, I suppose. And yeah, I'd recommend it. I think most people who have seen it are kind of people who have seen it. I don't know if I know what I was getting at there, but yeah, it's only got deleted scenes, which to be fair were very obvious why they were deleted. But yeah, I'd say give it a go if you can find it anywhere. It might be on kind of Netflix, kind of tucked away in a corner somewhere, I'm not quite sure. But I quite enjoyed it. I think I gave it about 3.5, but I wouldn't give it any more than that. It's pretty nothingy really, which is probably why one of the other reasons it never got released over here. But yeah, so anyway, that is Peak World. The next is season 1 of The Walking Dead. Now the reason I got this was, and I could have got I believe the German one, is because this Region A version is actually uncut, whereas the release in the UK is cut. At least the first season is. I believe that some of the gore is cut down, I believe. So I wanted to pick it up. I got it for cheap. I think about £10. I think. So I didn't want to spend kind of much more than that. So what I'll do. I mean, I needn't really put it in this update. So what I'm going to do is kind of eventually I'm going to kind of take the discs out and stick them into the UK Steelbook, I think. Yeah, but I might, because it's more of a hassle for change my kind of player to Region A than it is to kind of get the German. But I think it's the German version that is uncut as well, which is obviously a Region B compatible. So because the only thing about me being Region Free, because my player, because it was modded, I have to actually kind of physically change the thing, which is the whole thing. I have to kind of turn the thing off, then I have to press 2 buttons to change it to whatever region, then turn it on. And then if you don't do it before it's turned on, it won't work. And then if you watch a Region B Blu-ray, then want to watch something Region A, you have to turn it off, then turn it on again. It's the whole to-do, which is kind of annoying, but it's the price to pay, I guess. And the price I did pay was quite a lot. But yeah, I don't think it has any kind of extra stuff that the UK version doesn't. I don't think, anyway. But it's quite a nice slipcover. It's got a embossed title, and it's from Anchor Bay. The 2 discs, Region A locked. But so if you do want to get the uncut version, I'm pretty 90% sure it's the German version that is uncut as well. So if you do want to get that, you can get it from somewhere. So yeah, that's Walking Dead season 1. Next up is a Disney film that I believe has not had a Blu-ray release here in the UK yet. It is on DVD but not Blu-ray, and that is Treasure Planet, loosely based on the film Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. But it's kind of a Disneyized sci-fi kind of version of it. Yeah, and I hadn't actually watched this since it came out in the cinemas in 2002. I remember I had the whole lot when I used to get the kind of the McDonald's toys, and then I used to play the PS2 video game as well, which I was a really big fan of. It's still a pretty good game to this day. But I hadn't seen the film since it came out. I saw it at the cinema, but that was when it came out, so quite a few years ago. I was quite young when it did come out. But yeah, it's just a really fun, funny, imaginative kind of skew on the whole kind of treasure island thing, I guess. But it's really fun. It got the voices of Justin Gordon-Levitt, Martin Short, Emma Thompson, David Hyde Pierce, amongst others. It's directed by the guys that directed Lion King as well, Ron Musk and John Clements. They did some of the kind of the best Disney films in my opinion, and they did Aladdin as well. It's kind of annoying because it's boring old blue disc. I mean, yeah, the blue discs that we get are kind of rubbish, but these are. I mean, the title's tiny. It's just all blue. It's not very nice to look at all. And the DVD copy, which there's no point in really having, to be honest. Yeah, it's just a really fun movie. It's not perfect. It's I did kind of find it quite hard to kind of relate, well not relate, kind of latch onto the characters really, but it's a decent film. It's not a bad film by any means, but could have been a little bit better. It's not mind-blowing, but it's good enough. So that's Treasure Planet. The next one, oh god, hang on, is a film that I did unboxing of again, and I watched this last night along with the first in the franchise, which is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I watched this and Rise of the Planet of the Apes, double billed it last night. I do love this. I do like this film. I don't think it is better than Rise of, but I think it is exactly on the same plane. I don't think the first one is better than the second one, but I do not think the second one is better than the first one. Obviously, the second one is more of a kind of dystopian kind of sci-fi thriller, whereas the first one was sci-fi, but it's more kind of a human aspect to it. Not that this one doesn't, but like I said, I don't think it's better than the first one, but definitely don't think it's worse. But yeah, this is the Sainsbury's exclusive edition. Now, a lot of people have been asking on kind of like different forums what the bonus disc includes, and what it does include. This is official. I've checked it. It is a just over 45-minute Q&A with Andy Serkis. I haven't actually watched it, but I know that's what it is because I've just played it. It's basically just like a static menu. You press play and it just plays. It's only DVD as well, but it's only 45 minutes, so who really cares, to be honest. But there's the regular disc, and also have the steelbook, which I've got, which will obviously have the 3D version in, or 3D disc in. And yeah, really did like it. I don't know if I liked it more than when I saw it at the cinema. When I did saw it in the cinema, I saw it in 3D, and to be honest, the 3D, at least in my cinema, wasn't that great. It was kind of distracting at times, so it's good to kind of like focus on the film a lot more. So yeah, really did like it. But I don't think it's better than the first one, but I do think it's on par with that. So yeah, really cool film. So that's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and also the UV code giveaway. I'll be sending a message to the winner after I've done this. So if you are the winner, you will be getting a message soon. The next title is a film that I wanted to get. It's a brand new release from, I believe, last week. Well, the beginning of this week anyway. I went to HMV because usually with these kind of films, it's pot luck whether it's either going to be kind of a decent price or an over extortionate price. Unfortunately, this time it was an over extortionate price. So I wasn't going to buy it, but then I saw this on Zavvi for, I think it was about, I don't know how much it was, but I had a code to get money off it, so I believe I paid not quite £16 for this, which is a decent price for what it is, and that is the new Bluray release of Spirited Away, my second, maybe third favourite Studio Ghibli film. Really love this one. It's the first ever Ghibli film I ever saw, and I just fell in love with it instantly. I remember I went to I think it was like my local library, and they had like a kind of the cinema they usually go to. They had like a kind of film times and kind of like explanation, like kind of synopsis of the movies kind of stuck on the wall. I remember my granny saying to me that she really wanted to go and see it, so I went to see it, and I absolutely loved it. It took me a few years after that to kind of track down the other films as well, because I just remember thinking that I just really liked the film, but I didn't really kind of know the kind of the background to it. But now I do. I haven't looked back. Studio Ghibli is my absolute favourite animation studio. I mean, Disney is really good, but Ghibli really amazing. Love every single film of theirs, bar maybe Princess Mononoke. I'm not a massive fan of, but I'll watch it. But yeah, a lot of not problems, but a lot of kind of complaints from people. The fact that the artwork isn't that great, the fact that they've changed it. People think that it's just like a really horrible cut and paste job. I don't mind it, because the original kind of mock-up had all the the poster had all kind of the characters behind them, behind Chihiro on the front there, which I did like, but I don't think it's spoiled with my not having them on. But from when you can see on the thing of kind of some of the outlines on her kind of clothes and body and stuff aren't. It does kind of look like a cut and paste job, but it's not a bad one, I don't think. Of course, I still have to get the kind of the corrected sleeves and slip covers, but look, it did come with a slip cover. Because you never tell with the online stuff like Amazon or Zavvi whether they'll come with a slip. Zavvi usually, but Amazon are pretty bad with slips. I think I remember seeing some people getting kind of like 3D version without slits. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm pretty sure a few people got them without slits, which is disgusting, I think. But yeah, well, not disgusting, but it is pretty it's pretty bad. But yeah, it's a Blu-ray and DVD combo, as most Ghibli films are. And I really do hope they bring out a slipcover for Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, but I don't think they ever will do, because it looks kind of annoying with. I mean, even Castle Cagliostro had a slipcover, and that wasn't even kind of part of the numbered sets. But yeah, I really do need to get the kind of replacement sleeves to kind of get the real numbers, because I've got like 2 3s and 2 4s. But yeah, really absolutely love this film. I'll say this now, my number one absolute favourite Ghibli film is Castle of the Sky. I absolutely adore that film. It's one of my favourite films of all time. Definitely one of my favourite animated films of all time, definitely. But yeah, that is Spirited Away. Reasonably locked, but I do believe there is a region A, or at least region 3 version coming out in the US, probably next year, I think, by now. I know they released a couple this past week. But yeah, love this film. I haven't watched it on Blu-ray yet, but I'm definitely going to get around to that soon. I might even watch it after I've done this. But yeah, that is Spirited Away. Love this movie. And the next, I've got 4 left. I'll try to kind of get through these at least semi quickly. The next title is actually a Criterion, and it's a Criterion of a Richard Linklater film. I believe his debut, kind of actual debut feature. That is Slacker. Picked this up for about £14-15, I think, from someone off AV Forums. I just thought it was pretty good prices. Really nice digipack. I haven't watched this one yet, but what I'm going to be doing is I might kind of eventually do a kind of a big like Linklater retrospective. Maybe when the Blu-ray of Boyhood comes out, I'll do kind of like a career retrospective, maybe. But yeah, I've heard it's a very kind of disjointed film. It hasn't really got a plot, I believe. It's just kind of like the day in the life of a few different people. But it's a really nice set. You got the digipack, really nice, that really kind of high quality cardboard. And you got the front of the digipack there on the back. And you get a really, really thick booklet. Then the Blu-ray disc on there. And then we have the chapter menu there. So yeah, I will be watching this eventually. I'm just not quite sure when. I think at least till Boyhood comes out. Because I've actually joined the group buy for the steelbook of that, which I'm very, very excited for, which is coming out, I believe, 6th of January. But yeah, it looks like a decent one, but I'll watch it eventually, but not quite yet. So that's Slacker. The next one is a film that I had on a German Blu-ray with a really kind of like really cool yellow case. I wanted to pick this one up because it does have, I think, 1 or 2 special features that the German Blu-ray doesn't, and that is the Drafthouse Films release of Cheap Thrills. I really quite like this film. I did a kind of a full review of this film, which I'll link down below, that kind of explains my thoughts more. But yeah, really, really good film. Really kind of crazy stuff going on. Written by Trent Hager, I think someone else as well, and David Ciccirillo, who I haven't really heard of Trent Hager, though. He's done a few things for Troma in the past. And this is Region A locked, where the German Blu-ray Region B. On this one, we do have a commentary and another an extra featurette as well, which I'll be watching soon. The commentary I'm more interested in, really. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of get this over the German one, was the commentary. There we have the disc and some very cool reversible artwork. There we have it, and I believe 16-page booklet. And also there's a digital copy, which I won't be able to redeem anyway. There's the thing pretty thin, and then the back of the alternate artwork. So yeah, it's not going to be for everyone in this film, but I really liked it. It's really kind of subversive, kind of comedy horror thriller, but I really liked it. So that's Cheap Thrills. The next one is actually I'll pick this one first. Sorry, not the camera there. Is another Region A locked title, and another film that I have never heard of, but it's got a really good cast in it, and it's called Beautiful Boy, and it is starring Michael Sheen and Maria Bello. And also Meatloaf's in there, Alan Tudyk and Moon Bloodgood, and Kyle Gollner as well. Really good cast. It's not an easy film to watch. It is basically, the plot is I'm going to give a few spoilers away for this, by the way. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, kind of go to the end of the video. Basically, there's a married couple and they have a kid who is in college. They just started college, not particularly fitting in, and then one morning they wake up to find out that someone has gone on a killing spree at their son's college, and then after that they find out that he died in the massacre, and then after that they also find out that he was the gunman that actually killed a lot of people. And I know people are going to compare it with We Need to Talk About Kevin, which I can absolutely understand. It's the same kind of plot. There's even a deleted scene on this Blu-ray that I'm sure they took out because it is exactly the same thing that happened on that film. But I think they are different though. I think this one is more kind of an indie film versus We Need to Talk About Kevin. This one isn't quite as good, I don't think, but it has more kind of human aspects to it, really. Yeah, really, I honestly think Michael Sheen has never been better in any film I've seen him in. I mean, there's a scene in this with Michael Sheen, Maria Bello, that I've never seen him anything better in. But yeah, so it's not an easy watch. It's not a film that I would particularly ever watch again, to be honest. I'll probably be flogging it soon enough. But it's a really good film, some fantastic performances, and really kind of hard-hitting stuff. Yeah, it's not, like I say, it's not a film I'd watch ever again, but it was good for what it was, a one-watch film. Again, a film that never got released in the UK, which I'm pretty sure it never will either. Just kind of maybe like not mainstream, whatever the opposite of mainstream is. But yeah, I did like it, but yeah, it is what it is, but I never watch it again. I don't think. That's Beautiful Boy. And the last title is another, I believe, region A locked, but I haven't actually tested it yet. And it is the Hollywood debut of Mr. Robert Rodriguez, and it's a film called Road Racers. Again, another film I had never heard of. Basically, I was looking on AB forums. I do quite a lot. Someone was selling a few region A titles, and I looked at kind of the list of what stuff he had, and I saw that there were some films that I'd never heard of, so I went on Bluray.com and IMDb to check out what films there were, and this one looked really interesting. This, Beautiful Boy, and Pete World were only, I think 2 were £5 and 1 was £6, so not too much to spend. But yeah, this one basically stars David Arquette and Selma Hayek. Basically, he is a kind of a ne'er-do-well, if you like, kind of a James Dean type of character who doesn't play by the rules. And basically he runs into the head of this kind of like rival gang, and it's him and his friend, played by John Hawkes, is trying to kind of find his way in the world, if you like. And also William Sadler plays the other guy's father, who's also kind of a corrupt sheriff in the town. He basically kind of shows him kind of like trying to choose what he wants to do, whether he wants to kind of leave the town and stuff like that. But it's really well directed. Now, I actually thought it was actually the first actual film of Robert Rodriguez, but it's just the first kind of. He did El Mariachi before this, but this is the first kind of Hollywood film he did, and it wasn't even particularly a film. It was actually a TV film that was part of a kind of a group of films. I think one was directed by Joe Dante, which was kind of it's kind of like showing the kind of alternate side of youth or something, I think. But originally it was a TV movie. It was also notable for Selma Hayek's first ever English language performance. I believe actually first ever performance, actually, I think. But yeah, it's filmed really well. It's got that kind of that pulp kind of midnight movie feel to it, which I really liked. I'm not sure if I'd ever watch it again, but it's a really good one watch. Or at least for now it is. You got commentary here, and also the patented Robert Rodriguez 10-minute film school. Actually, really interesting. I believe that has been on every single Rodriguez Blu-ray since the mate started doing DVDs, even, I think. Yeah, I believe Region A locked, but I haven't confirmed that yet. It's from Echo Bridge. I just wanted to give it a go because I never heard of it, and I saw that it was his kind of Hollywood directorial debut, so I really wanted to pick it up. If I did watch it again, I don't think I'd watch it again in any kind of hurry, really. It's not too long either, because I don't know, cause some films are just too long and just don't really kind of like pay attention to them. But films like think with credits it's like just under an hour and a half. Sorry, without credits just under an hour and a half, which is a good length, I think. But yeah, it's a good film. It's not his best, I don't think. I still not quite know what his best is, but I don't think it's this. But it's not a bad film, but I liked it for what it was. I like the style of it. I love the kind of the stunts as well, were really, really well done. And I love the fact that, and also apparently this film was made in 13 days, and also Rodriguez has cited this as one of his favourite directorial films. Well, the one he found most fun to make. But it had watching the 10-minute film school, you see a lot of the kind of problems he faced with getting kind of certain shots, and the fact that someone had said that that in one day they had more pickup shots than all of the films in this series put together. Kind of put together. Yes, like I say, director's commentary, 10-minute film school, really, really interesting. Need to watch more of those, I think. And obviously HD quality. The Blu-ray did look okay in Blu-ray, not anything spectacular, but it is from 1994, so it's not going to be like perfect, but it's good enough. But yeah, quite enjoyed it. So that is Road Racers. So that is it for this update. Now, I don't know how long this is going to be. Probably going to at least half an hour, which is a bit unfortunate. But there you have it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way it goes. So yeah, that'll about do for this update. So yeah, like I said, the winner of the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes Ultraviolet code will be emailed at least definitely by tonight. I'm not quite sure when, but if you are the winner, you'll get an email soon. So yeah, I don't think next week we'll have as much stuff because again I've run out of money, and again there aren't. I mean, to be honest, there aren't really any any films I want to get desperately before the end of the year, really. And in between there's two which I refuse to buy because of all the cuts, which I'm not going to get into now because I'll be there for about 20 minutes. But yeah, that'll do for this update. So yeah, that'll about do. Thanks for watching and have a great day.